Ladies and gentlemen, this is the newest space gun that the Space Force will be using. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, this is a Glock 17. Sorry. This is the only appropriate firearm to be used in law enforcement work, according to retired Houston police officer Joseph Fenwick. No other weapon in the world is properly...
That is not true.
is properly situated for law enforcement work. So, if you are a police officer, apparently this is your weapon. Joseph?
I think he's being a little facetious there.
So for those of us who like SIGs.
Yeah, SIG is a fine weapon. It's one of the nicest kayak anchors I've ever shot. No, kidding. Okay. Yes. First off, I know it doesn't have the raised sights on it. All right, because I didn't put those on there just yet because it's just a range gun. All right. We did the review on the 5.7, and so now we're going to do the one on the Glock 17. My opinion, Glock is one of the best pistols you can carry on duty. Okay.
And why is that?
Well, several reasons. One,
there's no thumb safety.
Working out. Well, yeah, there's my safety, sir. Okay. There's one safety, actually there's internal safeties, there's this trigger safety and internal safeties, all sorts of stuff. You can't drop it. It won't just go off.
Right.
Okay? It'll only go off if you pull the trigger. I like the price point for sure. Okay. It's very affordable especially for, you don't want to, skimp on something that's there for your life, but it is the most reliable gun. And I thought that for years, just through what I'd seen and taking classes with it. And then I went to the range and was actually employed, at the Houston Police Department range, teaching and working on guns and doing qualifications. And without a doubt, I saw less malfunctions on the Glock than anything else.
How many rounds would you say you've put through that weapon?
Oh, this one? Oh, just a couple hundred. About 30,000 in my Glock 21.
Okay.
So, and it's going just strong. Same barrel and everything.
30,000 rounds.
Yeah, I'm of course changed the extractor and the springs and all that stuff.
Okay.
This one I've only put maybe. Oh, I guess I probably put a couple thousand through it. It's a brand new one. It's the Gen 5. I got the aim point sight, or not the aim point, but the
is that an aftermarket sight?
Well, yes, a Leopold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you get it installed?
Well, I do it myself. I'm a Glock armor, and it's really not hard. I mean, if you know how to do this, then you can screw it on. and
well, you don't want to strip the I mean, they have to have a.
Yeah, there's like
torque. I think you have to have a torque screw, don't you?
Well, a torque wrench?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. I mean, just get it pretty hand tight. I think it's like 8 or 9 inch-pounds is the maximum torque on it.
Okay.
But, of course, you can go to the oracle of all knowledge, which is YouTube.
That's true.
And there's plenty of videos on how to do it. But I like the Glock for one, affordability. I like it for its functionality. I like it for its weather resistant. It's heat resistant, cold resistant, sand resistant. We actually took one in the class and cast it out put it on a fishing pole and the line, cast it out into the pond and drug it in, then took it on the range, shot it.
For a class?
Yeah, just as a demonstration.
Okay.
For cadets that were wanting to look at the guns and which ones to shoot. Now, there's nothing wrong with the.
So it's not just an academy; it's a Glock sales promotional video.
Well,
I say that as a SIG owner. It's okay.
Well, no, I mean,
I just remember when I was in the academy, and we had the 3 weapons to choose from, right? The Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, Glock wasn't one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you had the SIG, and then I think the third was Beretta.
Yeah.
And I just, for the life of me,
Smith and Beretta.
I couldn't understand why people would buy the Smith. I just thought it was.
Well, that was all price point. That was it. The Smith was the most affordable, and it didn't hurt that there was Bailey's House of Guns special there at the.
That's right.
Yeah, that was actually just simple.
You think that was just a scam?
Oh well, no. No.
But of course, I saw the SIG and I was like, I know it was like the most expensive weapon. I think it was $700. And I was, I'm a poor cadet, but I'm like, this is my life. my life depends on this 40 caliber weapon because it was a 40 caliber, not a 9mm.
Yeah.
And I just have always found that SIGs made very reliable weapons, and so that's what I bought was the SIG.
Yeah. I also carried the SIG when we were in the academy.
Right.
The 229, what it called the lady SIG. Small but heavy.
I went to the 45 as soon as I could, the P220. And so I carried the 45 caliber SIG for, God,
yeah. Well,
10 years.
I went to the 45 as well, but it was in a GLOCK 21. Only because it had 13 rounds.
I know, I remember that.
Yeah, yours was two-tone though.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes, very beautiful weapon. And it shoots really well.
I
shot Distinguished Expert with that weapon, but I didn't get credit for Distinguished Expert with that weapon because
I was there when this happened 20 years ago.
And I will never forget, what was that guy's name? What was the instructor's name?
Ever forget.
His brother was the Undertaker, the WWE guy.
I don't want to say.
Oh, well, he really, he caused a lot of scarring and emotional scarring.
He did, didn't he?
I'll never forget that.
I was there.
I'll be 80 years old and I'll still be mad. I got Distinguished Expert. Can I see that weapon?
Yes.
How do you turn the flashlight on?
A thumb switch on the side.
Oh, this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
There,
Okay.
yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's funny. The flashlight for HPD, for years they were like, should we do the flashlight? Why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you?
Why would we make anyone's life easier?
Why would we do? What they were afraid of was they didn't want to see this. Right, you stop. That's what they didn't want to see.
As if people would do that.
Well, and if they do, fire them. Okay, fire them if they do that.
I call that a polyester pants policy.
Polyester pants.
Yeah,
yeah.
HPD had polyester pants forever, and every other department around HPD had already gone to like the cotton-based, dark BDU pants that were comfortable, that had cargo. SWAT team wore them. The TAC team wore them. Everyone except patrol officers, which is probably the hardest, worst job at HPD, where you sweat every day of your life, had to wear polyester.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest.
And that
was Staremski that was responsible for that? Anyway. the
it was. And the site was another issue. They're like, well, should we go to it? I mean, does it help? Well, only to live. I mean, it makes you faster.
Yeah,
makes you faster on site. It is. You're a lot faster. It takes some reps to get used to.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember. What was it? 1999 when Aimpoint was first starting to get adopted by law enforcement, and everyone was just like, like it made your weapon some kind of super weapon. Because you had a red dot.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't.
Instead of an iron sight.
And in fact, it's if you jerk the trigger, it'll still go down to the left, with the red dot. Oh, crap. What's a red dot? It's not supposed to do that. Okay. Well, but what it does is let you use both eyes open and get on the sight get on target a lot faster. Another thing I like about the GLOCK, especially for other officers besides HPD, because I was teaching recently at an academy, another small academy, and they were always wanting to test, more affordable options and things. In the HPD, they ordered one class that they had all GLOCK, or they had all SIGs, 320, because the range guys, the experts there, said that this is the best gun. Okay,
God bless them.
They are. They're new. Yes. And so they in their infinite wisdom, of course, I guess they didn't realize that there were no holsters. So cadets were wearing like these flabby holsters for a while because and the magazines are $53 a piece, or whatever they were.
But you see, it's craftsmanship. You're paying for the craftsmanship of the Belgian engineer or the German engineer.
Well, this is a Austrian engineered piece of plastic, fantastic. It's combat.
Is it true that when you go to
Tupperware,
when you go to GLOCK school in Georgia, they wash the lower receiver in a dishwasher?
A dishwasher, yeah. They may not do it now, but they used to. And all the parts, and they never put them back. Go into different bins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guns are all put together, and
Oh, they're all interchangeable?
yeah, and they fire just fine.
Oh, that's
They're just fine. Yeah. But another thing I like about the Glock is the magazines are much cheaper. You can get some good extended magazines. And I don't know if you noticed all the turds lately are carrying those the Glock switch.
Yes.
And they'll put the 50-round drum on it.
Yes.
And it always malfunctions. Because it always will with that 50-round drum. It's not meant to have that much weight down there. It just throws off the
cycle.
Yeah,
Balance
because there's
thrown off?
supposed to be so much weight here, right? And when the weight's all the way down here, the cycle of the slide is thrown off. Okay, so it makes it where it'll jam each and every time. I found that out with my Glock 26. I had the magazine up to here, and I was firing at a full magazine. It was jamming, and there's one of the SWAT guys. He told me, "Hey, yeah, that's not supposed to be out that far." It's I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so I put a little shorter magazine in it, and it did just fine. So these guys with the 33, what they call them, the fun sticks.
Yeah, yeah.
Be careful, okay, because sometimes it can make your gun
changes the balance of the weapon.
Yeah, it does. Throws it off a little bit.
Well, that's very important to know, though.
And holsters, there's a lot of holsters for these guns. I like Glock because it is just one of the most versatile guns. Now, does it shoot better than the SIG 320? I don't think so. Okay, I think the SIG's a little. I shot a little better with the SIG. Okay, a couple of points.
Okay, but
then when I had to get the pad out to drop the magazine in case I hurt it. Because it's $53 a piece.
It's like dropping a watch.
Yeah, and it is. It's like I scratched my magazine. It's like it's like the guys with the Wilson mags. They have the $4,400 Ed Brown. They'll take it out and strip that magazine out and then place it down. What good is that? It's a combat pistol. I like the magazines you can punt across the range because that's what combat pistols all supposed to be about.
Very true.
Yes. Anyway, that's my opinion on the Glock.
It is a nice weapon. I have a Glock 19.
And please, anybody who, if you have another opinion about whatever gun you want, keep that shit to yourself. And
just do what I tell you.
No, seriously. Put it in the comment. Anytime I say something, we do any of these gun reviews, you throw the BS card down. Go ahead. Okay, please. I would love to hear. I'd love to hear why I'm wrong.
All right, and then of course, we'll have video of you shooting this weapon that people can watch while we're talking. And thanks for joining us. Yeah, of course. Thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all in the next video.